Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Imam Biwan Daud. My metric number is 202462.
My name is Hairul Faizi bin Hairul Nizam. My metric number is 200942.
My name is Kuchuraman bin Anwar and my metric number is 203730.
My name is Muhammad Ghafan bin Rohaimi. My metric number is 201072.
My name is Muhammad Afnan bin Muhammad Indin and my metric number is 201044.
My name Muhammad Izan bin Hussein. My metric number 200280.
Okay, so today we want to discuss the topic about cyberbullying, and the topic is girls should play a more important role in tackling cyberbullying. So for my view, I agree with this statement because as can be known, friends is the closest persons rather than parents and others. And when they are closest persons, they tend to share their secrets or problems to their friends, and they also have same type of thinking. And when they have same type of thinking, they can also solve their friends' problems, like to prevent this cyberbullying. So the rule that friends can be part to prevent this cyberbullying delete some posts or photos that the friends post. So what is your view?
So from my point of view, I totally disagree with this statement and with your statement. So this is because for me, my personal view, friends is actually a fool. Our own fool actually, because friends is the one that know our secret life, our private life. They know our privacy, and totally the most people that know our private life is our close friend. So this actually is exposing our own self to privacy, to public. Sorry. So as example, there's one Dewi Remaja winner, Hanisha Hani. She going to club and she posts it in her story, in Instagram story. She posts it only for her close friend. So you know that Instagram has its own close friend site. So this one friend from her close friend that she believes the most, exposing her to public. So she's gone viral, and actually she's in viral mode at that time because she just won the Dewi Remaja. She got viral again as she go to this pub, or to this club. So this shows actually friend is not the one that keep our secret. They actually know our secret and they can expose it anytime. Only need the time to burst it. So when this friend actually bursts what they feel, what they know, everything about us, then we are totally dead actually. Because our own data, our own privacy, they know. They expose us. So actually, this statement, this topic, say that friends is the most important, and I totally disagree. Because friend is not the most important that can protect us from cyberbullying. They actually cyberbully us. This friend that know everything about us. So what do you think?
Okay. From my view, you say that friends is backstabbing or bad influence for us, but not all of the friends are like that, because there are some like that and some not like that. Because there are some of them are very good for their friend, because they can preventing their friend from doing any others doing any bad things. For example, they can prevent their friend from trolling or bad-mouthing about the people on social media or anything regarding a viral video regarding all of the everything viral. So this is why I believe not all of them are bad, and there are some of them are good. So I believe peers are playing the main role in taking the cyberbullying because they spend more time with us and they give easy influence toward us. That's for my stand. And what
Sorry to interrupt, but to going out of topic and to ask you a question, what do you think when friends that you call the influencer that take us to club, that take us for smoking, that teach us to watch this pornography? So this is what friends do actually. That's not a parents do it, right? There's no teachers that teach us how to use the internet to watch all this porno, right? So we know from this that friends is actually the one that influence us. So I'm asking you, are you sure that friends is the one that giving us the good influencer?
Okay. Then if you know that's friends giving the bad influence towards you, and why you still friend with them?
Because you know, to have friends, you need someone that you trust, and you trust him the most. I ask you, you trust him the most, will you believe everything that he say? For sure, yes, because you trust him the most. And what did he say, you will totally agree. Like he say, do this, then you will say, oh yeah, I will do it. So that's what I mean, the best friend that we have.
Okay. You mean that best friend, but you as a best friend that know that your friend is doing a bad thing. So do you still want to follow him? And why do you think him is follow him?
Sorry to interrupt, but as what I understand from what you are explaining, is it that if your friend showing you a good example, lead you to a good way, then you easily trust him. So if I doesn't like you, and I fake in front of you, I show good examples, be a good friend to you, and you will easily tell me everything about you, and by doing that, you are endangered your life, you know.
So to add your point, actually I understand the one. So the things that I want to add, you know, you tell everything to him, the one that fake in front of you. So this friend is actually will expose everything, like what I said in my point just now, expose everything about you. Then you are totally dead, right? So this shows that friend is not the most important people that we should trust, right?
Plus, there's a type of person who like to be our friend just because to know everything about us and bad-mouthing us at the back. So how can you say by telling the friends that show us a good example, give us a good influence, and you think they can play an important role?
I think we should take this easy, and I will talk about my point.
Sure.
I think I will stand with Aiman because I disagree with his statement. I think that parents is the most suitable person to prevent or tackling this cyberbullying. This is because first is parents is the most matured person that we know. First, they are much older than us, so they have a lot of experience. So they will advise their children not to respond to the cyberbullying. The children should not respond to the cyberbullying, but they should keep the proof. So if anything happen, like the things become wrong, so they can use the proof or use the messages, the old messages, to report to the authorities. The second point is parents can give a guidance to their children. For example, at home they can put the laptop or the computer at the living room, so everybody or everyone in the house can see what the children do, in the social media. To add on, the parents can install some apps that can track what the children are surfing or doing when they are online. So I think parents is the most suitable person to tackling this issue, and not the peer, because they are same like us.
Okay, sorry to, but I want to add from the point that Pak Izzy gave to us. He said that the parents can install this kind of apps to detect or to track everything that our children do. So I totally agree with this one, because you know, if you as a parents, us as a parents, that doesn't know what our children doing behind of us, like watching this kind of pornography or been talking to someone that they didn't know, so we can track from that one. So if we as a parents show a good guidance to this kind of to these children, to our children, so this show that we are actually the one, the parents are the one that showing the guidance, not the peers, right? Because we are actually too close with our parents, not with friends actually. Even though we are the teenagers, we'll say that friend is the most important one. But as we know, the one that raised us, the one that's always be with us is parents, right? So they know everything about us. What do you think?
So I want to add to Faizi's point, which is I also disagree to this statement. Students and peers is the play more important role to prevent cyberbullying. Because I think as can be heard by us when we students in secondary and primary schools, teachers always say that our like old man, our second parent is teachers. Teachers always say that. Why? Because in school or in terms of university, teachers or counselors is the one that guide us to do what we have to do, what the good thing we need to do. So counselors give us advice, like parents give advice to the good thing. Because why counselors is the person to play role to prevent cyberbullying, because they always face different types of students every day, right? So they have more experience about students' problems. So I think that counselor is the most important person to play a role to prevent cyberbullying.
I do agree with your statement that counselor will give a better advice than our peers, because of their life experience. I'm disagree actually with the statement that peers should play an important role in to tackling the cyberbullying. This is because I think everyone that have social media should have their own responsibility to handle this kind of petty issues. The reasons why I said this because when you are exposed to your social media, you are directly exposing your life into the public, and without we actually knowing it, we are exposing our privacy. We won't have our privacy. So by exposing ourselves, it's actually we are giving everyone a bullet to shoot at us. So as a saying goes by, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. What can I relate from the idioms is that if you can't stand this kind of issues by having a social media, it's better for you to quit from the social media, because I think social media is not very important in our daily life. If you ask anyone why they have a social media, they will say just to expose with friends, know something news, and if that is the reasons why they said having a social media, I think there's many other alternative, like you can read the news online, like The Star Online, Awani, And as example, we can see we can take Dato' Alif Shukri as a good example in this situation. I'm not saying that what he has did is true, but how he handled this situation when he have been cyberbullying by all the Malaysians, most of the Malaysians talk bad about him. He just instead he not quit this social media. He create his YouTube account to gain more followers, and of all the thing that he did in social media is actually managed to get people attention, and without our concern, he is actually making money by promote his products. So how do you think? Do you still agree or?
So, sorry, before that, may I just add to your point? So actually, going into this media social, going into this kind of era, to this kind of world, so actually, to having a social media account, we need to deal with this kind of data and privacy, right? Of course, before you log in, before you register to that kind of social media, you need to tick the button that say you agree with the agreement to give all your data, your privacy. Actually, you are actually dealing with this kind of your own data, your own privacy. So for this example, we have this kind of data breach from Facebook. People get all the data from Facebook. They're giving all the data to everyone. Even you can access your friends' data, anyone that you didn't even know from this Facebook account. So what I'm saying to you is, and saying to all of us, if you can't deal with this kind of data breach, cyberbullying, so don't ever think to have your own social media. Yeah. So before I end my own word, so if you can't deal with this, so stop it for me.
So I want to add, before this, I agree with this topic, which is girls should play a more important role in tackling cyberbullying. But after I heard the point that I did say the suitable persons, which is parents, are the most suitable persons to tackle this problem. I think I want to change my view and stance, so I disagree with this topic.
What do you think?
I think after hearing all of your position about this statement, I also changed my statement, my stand from agree to disagree. So as we can conclude that all of us totally disagree with this statement, because there are more important roles that play in tackle cyberbullying, as all of us state that there are parents, counselor, and sponsor. So that's end of all of our discussion.
Thank you.